having properties and having rental properties and being a real estate agent, there are definitely things that I could have done better. And these are some of the mistakes that I felt like I have made in the last few years that I've been a real estate agent and an investor. And some of the things I think that you can avoid when you are trying to buy your first property, or some of the things that you can do to correct your portfolio right now. One of the first things that I think when my mentee was asking me this is not diversifying soon enough. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of diversification that you can do. You can diversify by geographical location, by the kind of property, whether single family residence or multifamily. You can even do apartment buildings. You can do a lot of, farming and different kind of real estate assets. Holding this kind of assets helps you to edge against, periods like this when the market is a little bit low. So that's one of the major mistakes that I felt like I made. Diversified also, I remember when I was looking into buying businesses, and if you guys have businesses that you're trying to sell, or that you know somebody that is trying to sell, please put in the link in the comments, because those are some of the things that I felt like I was looking into, but I couldn't find something that makes sense, right? We're talking about, for me, I was looking for something that has an ROI of at least over 15% per annum. At least 20% to 25% was what I was looking for. So that's something that diversification is definitely number one. Number two thing that I thought I didn't do well is when I was buying those properties, a lot of those properties were becoming a job because they were scattered all over the places. Because properties were scattered in different regions, some of them are about 4 hours, 5 hours away, 2 hours away, some of them are an hour away, some of them are in my backyard. It became very expensive really, really fast. And what I mean by that is, looking back, if I had chose one area, let's say I chose Brampton or Mississauga or any of these areas, if I had chosen this area, I would have been able to drive to that area and just be able to visit all my properties at once. I would be able to save on economies of scale, from property manager to construction, renovating those properties as well. So those are some of the things that I think I could have done better. I definitely would have been able to save, and it wouldn't become a job, like you're just spending so much time visiting those properties. After a while, it's not fun anymore. Yeah, so that's something that I thought that I did wrong, and I could definitely learn from that, and maybe you can do it better. Okay, number three things is leveraging. The power of leverage is very important, and when it comes to leveraging other people, especially other people's time, other people's money, I don't personally, I have a problem with all of that, but other people's time is what I really thought I could have done better, because I could have expanded my network in having different conversations with other people. So trying to actively put in more time to intentionally build relationships that are going to help me to expand my knowledge, my, just the things that I was doing, right? And they say you're surrounded by the people that surrounds you, and also the one conversation that you can have with somebody in a different room could be a game changer that could skyrocket into having, other business ideas, other things that you want to do, not even just business, even as a mom, as a woman, as a business owner, all of those things could help. So I felt like I could be more intentional in the people, that's how I leverage other people and how I talk to other people and approach that side of my life. Because yeah, that's something, and that's something I'm working on right now. So I'm gonna be hosting, on that note, I'm gonna be hosting a few events, a meetup, just maybe 5-10 people, not so much, but it's gonna be mostly a referral style, where if you know that you are in the room, you're a business person, you are trying to expand your business, you're trying to see how we can collaborate instead of competition, reach out to me. The first one is going to be in Edmonton, and it's going to be on May 27 or 29. I'm going to put the information in the video. Apply, and we're just going to do maybe 2-3 hours, just getting to know people in maybe your same space of business or other spheres of businesses, and seeing what other people are doing, so that you can leverage on other people's time. People have asked me so much about how I do things, and I've been able to, leverage on Nanny, on having other people to shortcut the process instead of starting from 1 to 10 and slowly working, you can definitely save time with other people's knowledge and what they already know. So that's definitely number three thing. I think the other thing that I made is that the variable mortgage really did not help in the market, because instead of locking down the mortgage when it was like 1 point something interest rates, right? We did not lock some of them down. We, because we wanted to be able to pivot, or not pay the penalty or sell the properties as soon as we can. So even though I called it, I knew when the property were going down, right, in 2022 or 2023. If some of you want to watch my video, I said, hey guys, sell your property, put the money, put the cash in your account. Cash is king. Let's do that. So if you guys go back to my video, you're gonna see that. But what I didn't factor in is the properties that we had. Some of them were not on fixed mortgage, so the variable mortgage definitely eroded a lot of the cash flow. So that's something that, if you identify that this property in your portfolio is going to be there for the next 5 years, for the next 25 years, this is going to be your retirement plan. I think then it's worth putting those kind of properties in a fixed mortgage rate, so that you can save a lot of cash flow. The other thing that I would say, and this is gonna be the last one because I don't want it to be a long video, is making sure that those properties that you've decided in terms of different strategies. So I was doing flipping, I was doing BRRRR, I was doing rentals, like all of these other strategies. But the ones that are strictly rentals, along with the last slide, is we could have, tried to pay down a lot faster, right? So I think people thinking, in the long term, I had clients that had properties and they bought for the last 10 years, and those properties are probably paid off now because they doubled their mortgage. They reduced their interest rates a lot because they paid faster, and yeah, it's just not on their mortgage anymore. They don't have those debts anymore, and they can accelerate from there. I think that's one of the things that could be done to some of those properties. Just making sure that you dot your I's and you cross your T's. And I'm here to say that as you continue to build your portfolio or build the different businesses that you have, there's always going to be systems and procedures and things to do to make sure that you're being more efficient. I'm more about being very efficient in the things that I do and making sure that I'm doing the best thing possible, right? And that's kind of why I'm having this conversation. So I think that's what definitely could have helped. Now, had I diversified a lot sooner, I would have been a developer and a builder sooner than I am doing right now. So that's definitely something that I could have done. And all these things are possible. It just depends on you opening your horizon and be like, okay, being very intentional on having a business time where you're running your business, and an executive time where you're just thinking and putting in plans and processes in place to make sure that you're being efficient and you're growing. Instead of having a mom and pop shop, you're going to have system tools, leveraging on people and making the right decision for your business. I think it's what it is. So yeah, I promise that this video is not going to be long, but I wanted to drop this very quickly. Now, like I said, I will be in Edmonton and probably in Calgary in the next week. I'll put the information in the link below. And if you guys are interested and you are a business owner and you've made at least $100,000 revenue, you make at least $100,000 revenue in your business, and you want to scale to the next level, you want to have other people that you can be in the same room brainstorming ideas, and just people that are going to hold you accountable and also champion your businesses, and you want to give your business a chance to have a different audience, right? Let's meet and let's talk and let's see how we can help our businesses. Until next time, I will see you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, bye.